days when I absolutely need coffee and I feel like I cannot even function without it. I wonder why. Do you guys have any ideas? Well, I do know that there is a stimulant in coffee called caffeine. It is present in products like tea, soft drinks, chocolate, and coffee. Right, Addison? Yes, I have heard that before. It stimulates the brain and nervous system as it has direct effects on the heart and circulatory system. So does it cause good or bad effects for me? In any case, it increases the marginal blood flow with vasodilatation, causing a direct effect on blood vessels. The blood vessels experience vasodilatation as it relaxes and expands. While the caffeine eases the smooth muscles and blood vessels, but this does not include the brain. Thus, my heart rate should increase momentarily because my blood pressure increases and allows more blood flow. Yes. Conversely, it decreases the analytical blood flow. As a result, caffeine decreases the blood vessels in the brain as it goes through vasoconstriction. This alleviates headaches because vasoconstriction lessens the blood flow to the brain, which is an indirect effect on blood vessels. So Stella, for that reason a headache is when there is too much blood flow to the brain. You are correct. However, in relation to the diet, caffeine may potentially cause more headaches because it can affect the blood flow even more, which may lead to migraines. Right, that is where you need to be careful. Yet there are mixed effects on the coronary blood flow. Because caffeine raises the blood flow in the coronary arteries from vasodilatation. But this requires more oxygen in the blood as the heart rate intensifies with each contraction and relaxation. That explains why people with a coronary artery disease are more likely to be put in a life-threatening situation with the consumption of caffeine. So Avery, to answer your question, there are studies that have shown that caffeine may in fact have pros and cons on the body. Yes, the pros can be mental stimulation and better physical performance. For example, the drowsiness is reduced, alertness is improved, increased energy, attentiveness, and productivity. The mood is lightened and enhanced with positivity. In addition, short and long-term memory is improved if caffeine is taken moderately. Indeed so. As well for the cons, it can vary within people because the consumption of it at first will result with positive effects. But over time there can be problems where the effects can no longer have its effects. I am going to guess it can develop deeper fatigue, the desire for energy delays for hours or even till the next day and interrupts normal sleep patterns. Because it happens to me sometimes. Exactly. But caffeine is not harmful if it is consumed once or twice a day, which is about 8 to 10 ounces. It only becomes harmful if it is needed to function actively from fatigue, insomnia, or stress resulting in an addiction. Like you said before, Avery, these effects are similar with you at the moment. Also, caffeine blockades the adenosine receptors, a biochemical compound with calming effects to be received in the brain. When the brain overworks itself spontaneously, it releases more adenosine to slow activity and trigger sleep, and less caffeine is consumed, the receptors are blocked. Therefore, caffeine tricks the body that it is under stress and the adrenal glands must work to help pump the stress hormones to help cope with the stress. The increased level of hormones can damage the blood vessels and weaken the immune system. Then that would make the adrenal glands work more than it needs to. That is what leaves a person with long-lasting fatigue. And the stress hormones will lead the stress response to be intertwined, so simple stress can be exaggerated. Overall, caffeine affects the ventricular source because the increase in the heart rate is further prone to a heart attack and stroke from anxiety. Naturally, the irregular and abnormal heartbeat weakens the heart, having it to fail eventually. The greater blood pressure, also known as hypertension, will increase the risk for the cardiovascular disease, which is caused by mental stress or the amount of detoxification the liver can do. Caffeine only causes short-term high blood pressure, not long-term blood pressure, right? Yes. Furthermore, during exercising, the body has a limit as to how much it can boost the blood flow to the heart, so it increases and needs oxygen to compensate. Caffeine basically creates a stronger effect at higher altitudes. In general, the heart disease will depend on the health of the individual's heart from genes and traits. It determines whether the body can rapidly break down or metabolize caffeine. An increase in body temperature will also be an outcome. Reducing caffeine consumption helps people with type 2 diabetes as it controls the blood sugar levels as well. Additionally, caffeine increases the systolic and diastolic blood pressure. Namely, caffeine has its good effects, but consuming too much is never good, as excessive caffeine intake can lead to nausea, vomiting, restlessness, and depression. With that being said, those are the effects of caffeine. How does caffeine affect the circulation directly? We know that the heart and blood vessels are the key components of the cardiovascular system for circulation. Caffeine plays a big role on how one cells can act in response with its chemical messages and stimuli. This may influence the brain, kidneys, or adrenal glands. Caffeine enters the bloodstream with absorption through the mouth, stomach, and intestines. The blood vessels in the lining of the stomach and intestines absorb the caffeine, not yet broken down by the acids in the stomach. Oh, I see. Once the caffeine is absorbed, the blood with caffeine goes to the liver and then to the heart. After the caffeine in the blood goes to the heart then circulates the caffeine throughout the body. True. The caffeine is removed from the body by the liver. Fundamentally, the amount and accumulation of caffeine is more harmful to the cardiovascular system rather than the source itself. With many studies, it is still irrelevant if caffeine has its effect what long-term use due to each person. The evidence does not demonstrate the direct cause of caffeine. I understand now. I need to start being more careful with my caffeine. But I should gradually withdraw the caffeine. My body is used to the great amount of caffeine, and if I take it away suddenly, the withdrawal symptoms can result in greater headaches and fatigue. Yes, that is pretty much the effects of caffeine on the circulatory system. Good luck.